Hello everyone, Krydax here, and welcome back to pYanodon's Season 3, the Season of Tin. Right now we are in a tin hell. We made Tin 1 and realized, wait, we have Stage 2 right around the corner, so here we are making Stage 2, if I can find the right readout here. I'm forgoing the upgraded hot air stuff for right now. We're just using the hot air we get from making the graphite the easy way. If we make coke the longer way, which, right, the early version of that is this, right? Where you get raw coal to coke via the whole tar processing chain. The nice part about this is all the byproducts, but it's not actually that much more coke. Like, or no, I guess it is. Sorry, this is for the, well, I guess it depends. If we were to use the gasoline for steam, we wouldn't need this much raw coal, I guess. But this is turning 11.4, 11.3 coal into about I guess it's about 2.5 coke per unit. But it costs a ton of steam to do that. And instead, we're using the recipe that turns raw coal into 1 divided by 2.5 coke per unit. Quite literally, it is the inverse. So that's like 5 or 6 times less coke per unit of raw coal, but it's 1 step in 1 building. So that feels a lot easier. And we have absurd amounts of raw coal right here for access. So, like I said, there's a world where I might even just do this, like, maybe 50% bigger so it uses 1 full belt. And I could just turn 3 full belts of raw coal into graphite right up here and then just belt that down. So that's totally an option. And then that gets us quite a bit of hot air as well that we can use. Anyway, for now, we're just using the hot air directly to fuel the tin making. So let's get back into that. Hopefully the green science keeps running. I guess we'll find out if that's the case. But yeah, so we've got the grade 1 and we need 7 screeners here, which I think I'm gonna try to do. What's the easiest way to do this? I feel like there's an easier way with all this stuff. You know, like we can just do that, and then we can do like side loading, which means lower priority. No, so I want it the other way. But then that's the wrong side. So, I mean, one thing I can switch is just put all these on the close side. And then that'll give me the right side to side load this. And there's an easy prioritized tin grade 1. And then we need 7 of these. I'm gonna leave 2 spaces there. 5, 6, 7. So then we need to actually do it like this. Come alongside all these. What's the rate on each of those? Oh, I'm so thankful that even though the recipe doesn't exist yet, I can still see the rates in max rate calculator. So 0.667, so 1 in, 1 out is correct in terms of mechanical inserters. And we'll just do this. Everybody is getting the tin grade 3 recipe. That's good. Now we get the rejects and the grade 3. I have to sneeze. Oof. I think spring is starting to spring. Allergies are starting to allergy. By the way, pro tip for those who have seasonal allergies. If you have never tried Flonase, and there are, you know, generic versions that are a little cheaper. I highly recommend trying it. If seasonal allergies give you problems and none of the pills that you've tried seem to work, I would highly recommend trying one of the nasal sprays. It really works for me. So there's your life pro tip for the day. Anyway, we've got all this junk, and we need to feed... Oh my gosh, we have 3 sources of grade 1? Oh. Also, that's new. Did you guys ever know that? If you click on one of the items, you get a constant combinator blueprint with that number. Whoa, I never knew that before. Wait, and you can modify the building that it's being made in from here? No. Wait, that's not actually working. Wait, what? Oh. It doesn't... Oh, that's weird. It does work, but it doesn't update it. What if you minimize and maximize? No, it still doesn't update it. Like, you have to hit the pin button again. But it does actually update the original one. Interesting. Anyway, that's a bug as well. That's a minor one, but it does... Anyway. Okay, so that means I need to recycle the tin grade 1 back all over again. But then most of... Wait, is that just a loop then? Grade 1 makes rejects, and rejects makes grade 1. Yeah, that's right. But it's like 4 grade 1 makes 1 reject, and 1 reject makes 0.5 grade 1. So we're recycling about 1/8 of the grade 1 back in. But that still matters. And what I'm thinking is... Oh no. What I'm thinking is this is a mess. Trying to avoid antimony nonsense in my inventory. Can ditch that one. Okay, so anyway, these 4 secondary crushers should probably be down here. And then they'll output the grade 1. And that needs to be prioritized over everything. Goodness. Input priority left. Well, I guess if I'm using the side load idea, I could just do that. Side load, side load. What's better for UPS? That's my question. If you're doing 1 lane of something and you want a prioritization, would using 2 splitters be better, or is side loading better? My intuition feels like side loading would be better, but that is totally unbased in any amount of like science or reality. My intuition says that doesn't mean it's real. I think what I want now... It's on that side. So I want to split the sidedness of the rejects. Oh, I don't have 10 rejects yet. I literally can't select that until we have... I'll just do that so I remember it, hopefully. And then we'll have the washers. And then, how do I do this? The washers will take from and put back onto the same side that the rejects are on. Let me get these in position first. So what I'm thinking, because then we're gonna block off the grade 3 at some point. This build is too big. I'm not supposed to go past this line. Holy crap, this is a lot of buildings. I didn't make it easier on myself with doing the graphite here. I might have to move that, actually. Because these are taking up... I didn't realize. This is my wall. I'm not supposed to cross this. If I can help it. Maybe we can make this work still. But anyway, because I still need 7 ball mills. It might fit. It might all fit in the top left here. I've only got that, then 2 arc furnaces, then 1 casting unit. So we're almost there. Anyway, how far are we from actually getting logistics science going again? It is running, thankfully. Okay, I have 96 in there. It's just a matter of he's waiting 10 minutes. I also removed the green signal because there's a world where that screws things up, and I feel like if he runs once every 10 minutes, that's not very many brains anyway. So that's fine. So yeah, he'll run sometime in the next few minutes, and that should be enough. Well, maybe not quite enough to finish tin processing. Anyway, so the rejects will go on the, I guess we'll find out which side works out better for us when we finish the piping, the belting here. So the rate in and out is 1 inserter. So 1 in, 1 out, as usual, is a good method. Let's just do it like this. In, out. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's done. And then we want the rejects and the grade 4 to be on this bottom side. So then it would be best to do something like this. And then I have that bottom side come out. So now we've got rejects and grade 4. The grade 4 needs to go on to the ball mill over there, so that'll go to the right. And then the rejects come over and visit our crushers here. And I'm gonna need to get creative with all this. So the rejects visit the crusher. On a certain side of the belt. And then we're gonna need to put the grade 1s that come out on a different side of the belt. I can almost make it work. There we go. Okay. So then this is now the priority belt that gets side loaded onto, and we want to make sure they all go onto that bottom side, which I think they would. I think. What side do you put on? Yeah, he puts onto the correct side, and so does that one. And so do you. Pretty sure. Yeah. So I don't really need to change that, but I feel like visually sometimes it helps me to set these correctly. So they're all on that bottom side. Then all 4 have an input from the reject belt. Okay, so those are the prioritized grade 1s that get reused. And then the grade 4s come out and get processed in the ball mills. The graphite needs to escape somehow to the final arc furnace bit. Ugh. Oh, jeez. I may need to move these steam engines. Yeah. Okay, so there's 7 ball mills. And the grade 4 comes up, you know, hold on. Hold on, am I a dummy? Oh no, I'm just, the rejects come from, yes, I am a dummy. We can save ourselves some hassle here by doing, because they're the same size as the washers, and the only output is the grade 4. We need exactly the same amount of both buildings, so they have the same crafting speed. So what I shall do is the simplest thing known to man. Wait, they're not the same size. Wait, what? Okay, sorry. What is going on here? 7, 7. No, this is correct. It looks weird, but that's correct. All right, so that direct insertion helps a lot. And then we need the 2 arc furnaces, which get the graphite and the tin dust. And the borax, which will come with sand casting. And then we have a casting unit with the hot air that I'll bring over. And that'll do. Wow. Well, we did make it fit, but just barely. Right, so here's our dust. And then we'll go ahead and, oh, that doesn't work. I guess the graphite is one-sided, so we can put the dust on the graphite belt. And that works. Just do that. And then we bring borax plus sand casting. Wait, what is going on here? Oh gosh, the dirt here was like giving me an optical illusion with the sand castings, and I could not figure out what was transpiring. So the sand castings go up, weird, but the borax needs to come down and over. There was another sneeze. Like I said, very sneezy today. I think it's spring. Okay. So we feed in the borax. Oh, no, sorry. We need the borax over there. Maybe I do long inserts. Just to make things simple on myself. We can do this, feed that. The rates are 1.0 for borax. Wait, I only need half of this. So I need 0.7 for borax. Technically 0.715. So we should be okay on that front. I need 1.07. So we should be good on that front. For the Oh, but we need the graphite and the tin. I actually need 2 inserters for each. And then we need 1 inserter for the borax. Okay. And then that connects to you. Molten tin. We feed the sand castings in. And then we bring over the hot air. And then that's it. Yeesh. Here I thought we had left enough space. But tin 2 is really giving us a run for our money. Alright, and then that, and then move it to... I'm still waiting for that bug to be fixed. If anyone wants to take a stab at it. The mod author has acknowledged the bug's existence. So I keep expecting it to get fixed any day. But I don't know if it's gonna happen. Alright, we've gotta be close now. What's our actual Logi-Sci production? Yay! We've been making it for 30 minutes straight. We're making about 8.4 a minute. Sweet. Slightly above advertised. Alright, I think that's it. I don't think I need to do anything else. And then the stone is escaping, and the tin plates will go that way. Now, there is the whole solder thing from liquid tin, but I'll deal with that. I'll deal with that later. Okay, so lead, hopefully, is a bit better. Lead, on the other hand, requires 9.6 hot air, which is a lot more than the tin required. Why is that more? That's not making sense to me. Oh, it's because the tin gets you less molten per raw ore. That's what it is. Lead gets you a lot more molten per ore. We got 19. Yeah. That's, you need about half. In fact, it's exactly half. 1 hot air per 2 molten. But we don't have enough hot air from the tin to totally make up for that. But I do have some. So I could set up a circuit-controlled casting unit that switches to the hot air recipe when we have a certain amount, and then switches back when we don't. But then we're gonna get the weirdness of, like, when it switches recipes, it'll output the ingredients and we'll have to feed them back in. So that can be kind of a pain in the butt, even though the idea is really simple. But that's where we're going. All right, I need some more lamps too. Oh, and I need the steam engines. I really just don't have room inside this build anywhere for that many steam engines. Feels like a bummer. Because it's free power. I can fit probably 4 right here. So that's something. So I really need to never do that. An overflow valve that you can't see is the worst. And I need to not ever do such things. It can look like that. That's fine. Or even that's fine. But it cannot be one that I can't see. Okay. Anyway, there's 4. And maybe 4 more in here. Hey, you know what? Judge all you want. This is beautiful, and you can't say it isn't. Oh. Realized our coke oven gas is in. Okay, that's up there. The steam needs to come down here and down. Perfect. There you go. See? We got our 8 steam engines, and now we got some free power. From all to coke oven gas. Making this graphite. Perfect. Alright, and speaking of graphite, we have a lot of it in our inventory, so let's ditch that. Let's ditch the rock hole as much as I can. Do I have coke? I do. And I have grade 2 tin, and I have grade 1 tin. Get rid of all that. In fact, I have a lot of stuff in here. Yeah, that's what I thought. I have too much. All the grade 1 tin, I guess I can try to distribute into these, and then the outputs of these. I'm not even gonna attempt to deal with the rock hole here. Okay, and then the plates, I'll just put in the doodad back at the base. Hey, we're 91% tin processing stage 2. We're almost there. And uh-oh. That's why I do this, by the way, so I have some extra leeway with getting rid of plates. Okay, sweet. So there is tin 2 all done and just about to actually get started here. 2% away. 10 seconds remaining. So any second here. Ta-da! Perfect. And these are not powered up. Now, if we didn't screw this up, it will all work correctly. Big if. Oh. Rejects are supposed to go left. No, rejects. Yeah, rejects need to go left. And then for this one, oh, we just don't need a splitter at all because we're doing that direct feed thing. We just need that. Okay. And then I need to feed the rejects into one of you, feed these into there. Oh, water. Water input for that guy needs to come over. See, this is where advanced fluid handling feels just so nice. You can just squiggle your fluids and call it a day. Oh, and the tailings. Tailings. Ah, right. What can I do with tailings? Nexalit. Tailings dust and acid gas. You get, what is that, 15 acid gas? Per 100 tailings, so 6 tailings is 1 acid gas. gonna make a tailings deposit for now with a sinkhole overflow. I know this is technically in the way of our bus. But it kind of has to be. Alright. So that's where we'll keep tailings for now. And there we go. There's more tin than we've ever seen before. Beautiful. And then onto lead, I guess. So lead we already made here. We've got a much easier time. Still starts with 9 screeners, but the rest of it is so much better. But those 9 screeners are going to be expensive still. That's no joke. Also, I'm starting to get worried. Is there... How many people grab 10 from our 10 plate? Stop. Salsa was grabbing 10, but salsa was to supply, so that's not a concern. But cDNA, eDNA was loading actual 10 plates from here. So you need to switch to load your 10 from somewhere else. You need to load your 10 up here. So we actually need to put 10 into this one. No. Load until caravan has 10 plate 200. And that should be what? And what order? Near when you do the rubber one. Yeah. Okay. I'll just have you run. Okay, so then I need to... I need salsa to stop with the 10. I need... Ugh, I screwed this up. I do need some tin in here. And then I need this to actually load the tin in and out. Okay. And then finally, we need that third one. Who was that third one? Bat Boy. Bat Boy only cares about zinc and not tin. I had a moment just now where I was like, what the hell is Bat Boy? I was like completely not remembering what that was about. Batteries is the answer if you don't remember either. Battery Boy. That's why we called him Bat Boy. LOL. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So now we need to craft a bunch of screeners again. Just needs a bunch of steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I'm out of pipes. Probably a bunch of other things. Oh, I am out of burner assemblers as well. Small parts. How am I on ACIs? Yeah, I could use a few more. And a few more power poles. And more circuits. Which I've built up a little bit, but not that much. It's kind of scary. I think I'm using circuits faster than I'm making them right now. Take a bunch of iron. Okay, so screeners, we have 9. I need 6 impact crusher. Where is that? Is that raw ores? That is raw ores. Ugh, and it needs 10 to cable. Okay, and we need IMs for it. How many did I make? That's 4, 5. Oh gosh. Ugh, what a recipe. I need more steam engines. Alright. Two local radars as an ingredient. 2 fluid mining drills. 6 steam engines. So much expense. Alright, 3 more screeners. Which need some small parts. And then 1 secondary crusher, which needs more steel. 1 arc furnace and 1 casting unit, which I already made. Okay. Secondary crusher, arc, furnace. And that should be all we need. And then the borax. There's a part of me that has half a mind to just use the graphite that I'm making for the lead, rather than make a separate section of graphite. But the problem is I would need to make more. I'm actually not making enough for my tin. This is not enough. This is only 2 per second. And that's not enough for 2 per second. So really, this is just not enough. Just full stop. I don't know what to do about that. I'll deal with that later. For now, I need 9 of these. And then I decide I don't like that. Instead, I do this. Now we just change the recipe to lead grade 1. Bada bing, bada bing. Okay, and then lead. Come up from over here. Done. I do think... There we go. This is a little simpler, because it's just a much smaller volume of graphite that we need. So I'm just gonna do something like this. And call it a day. 2 high pressure furnaces. That's good to go. Throw a lamp down there, throw a lamp over here. Alright, so that's done. And then the graphite, I don't know, we'll put it on some belt up here. So that's over there. Okay, so now we need 6 impact crushers. And And those will output stone, and then grade 2. The grade 2 gives me back grade 1. The rejects... Did I not deal with the rejects? No, I did. That's the secondary crusher. But in this case, the rejects give me back grade 3. Wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry, those aren't rejects. It's the same graphics as rejects. That's silver lead dust. So the grade 2 becomes grade 3, grade 1, which we recycle in the other, okay. So basically, this is going to have grade 1 on it, and then we're going to have like an input priority situation. So why don't I just do this? I'm almost feeling like 3 and 3 might be the play. So, are we doing same side of belt? Yeah, so we're doing bottom of belt here. So bottom of belt. Oh, I'm out of mechanical inserters? What is this nonsense? No mechanical inserters. It's unheard of. Look at all that tin. No mechanical inserters. Goodness me. Gotta fix that. Wow, we really used up a lot of our like stockpiles for all that crafting. Buildings are expensive in Pi. You can't... Okay, I do have enough small parts. You can't ignore the cost of buildings when you're thinking about like, how many plates per second do I need? It's just, it's so different. You know, in vanilla Factorio, now that quality sort of changes this. Like if you want high quality buildings, then that starts to get really expensive. But at least in normal Factorio, you know, just you can kind of take some tiny percentage of your science, like plates, iron, steel, copper, you know, that are going towards science. You can take a small percentage of those to make all the buildings you need. That is not true in Pi. I would actually guess that a large percentage of the resources I've spent so far, total, in all of my base, have gone towards buildings and not just research. And I think in regular Factorio, it's kind of the other way around. I do think quality kind of helps fix some of that, though. Though I think quality has other issues, I do think it helps with that. All right, so now we're gonna have an output of grade 2 and stone. And we're on the bottom of this belt, so I could just put onto the top of the belt, and then we have sidedness not being a problem. I need to switch that and then put these here. And then I can extract that part of the belt, and then we have stone go left. And so then stone can get out of there. Which doesn't even have a belt yet. Stone is this one. No! Alright, so there's stone output hooked up. And then we've got grade 2. And then the grade 2 goes into 3 screeners. 3 screens of roarin. Alright. 3 screeners. How much do they need? An average of definitely less than 0.7. Because a third of that is 0.6, and we don't even need that much. We only need 2.5 buildings. Well, no, each building could need a third of that. Anyway, outputs are easy, but I might filter them. Let's see, because then all of the grade 3 goes into a single crusher for silver lead dust. And that makes me feel like this is the play. Long inserter that. Those won't need to be filtered, but these will. And filtered on lead grade 1. Which thankfully we've already unlocked, so I don't actually have to wait on this. Okay, so then that grade 1 lead comes back down, and we need it to be prioritized into there, which needs to be on the top side of the belt. Done. I feel like our brain is brainolating. We're getting this done. Alright, and then that guy is our graphite, and this guy on the close side is now our silver lead dust. So now we just need the borax and the sand casting, so I might as well have this closer to the output side of things. Now, if this was lead plate with hot air, the hot air would go into into that side. So let's set it up so that... Whoa, I didn't realize these had an auto output. Oh, they do. Actually, do I like that? I guess we can just put a chest there. Did I even notice that for... What was our first casting unit? Definitely did not notice it for aluminum either. Okay. And I feel like we had a single casting unit somewhere before aluminum. What was it? I thought we had something before aluminum that used a casting unit. Let's see if Alt F gets us what we're looking for. Casting unit for 10, casting unit for... Ah, chromium, that's what it was. I think that was our first casting unit. And there is chromium on the ground. Yep, I literally just never noticed that until just now. LOL. Okay, well, the solution, at least for this kind of thing, is obvious. It's just this. And then we can, like, you know, reduce that down to smaller amounts. Okay, it does output pretty much instantly. But yeah, I want to line this up so that this can be connected without any muss. No muss, no fuss. And then... that plopped down. Comes over. And as far as numbers go, we need 0.429 borax, 0.193 casting units, or sand castings. So that's all good. Wait, we need Oh, that's for iron plates. Whoops. We don't have the recipe yet for this. Okay, and if we get hot air, we can bring it up, and then I can change the recipe based on how much we have. Is that worth it? It's literally free lead plates. So it feels hard to argue that it's not worth it. This already has an overflow on 90. So and it already has storage too. So all I have to do is connect this as a T-junction. I do an overflow on 70 or even 50. So if it's at least, no, yeah, if it's 70% full, it'll overflow into this area. And that means we'll always prioritize the hot air for tin, so we'll never run out for tin. But if we have enough, then we can start feeding it to lead. And then I guess we do need some sort of tank here. Yeah, we'll do one of these guys. So that we can measure it. Unless there's a better way to measure inline, I don't know if there is. So that'll be hot air. And then this will change recipe based on if it's hot air. So there'll be a little decider combinator. Is there a way? Not really. Recipes at 99%. Perfect timing. Literally perfect timing. Wait, that's not the... How do you output a recipe? Oh, I don't know how to play Space Age. Shouldn't the lead plate have different recipes here? Uh-oh. How are you supposed to select these different recipes if you can't make a signal for the different ones? Or is it here and I just can't search for it? I'm not seeing the different hot air recipes showing up. You guys might have to let me know in the comments how to do this. Because in this case, there are multiple recipes to make lead plates. So I'm doubting I just pick lead plate and it works, right? But I don't know how to set a building differently based on... Because I swear we were supposed to be able to pick a recipe as the signal. Is that not a thing? I swear that was a thing. But I don't see any of those options. So how does Factorio handle it? Like, how am I supposed to select that versus that? Well, you guys let me know in the comments. For now, I'm just gonna leave this unhooked up because I don't actually know if I even can do that. I thought we could. Because someone in the comments was even talking about setting their moss farms based on availability of stone. But is that even a signal you can pick? Y'all, what am I missing? Is there... How... I feel stuck. Is the problem that it's a decider combinator? Do I need a constant combinator? Do these have the options for all the recipes? No. What am I missing? Can you grab Factoriopedia? Can you like grab a recipe? And that just grabs actual lead plates. You can't grab like the signal for that recipe or something. I don't know how to do this. I am missing something. Is it a setting? Maybe I need show all items in selection lists. Let's see if that gets me what we want. Doesn't seem like it. Still don't have different recipes that I can set. Okay, yeah, you guys are gonna have to let me know in the comments how to do what I'm trying to do. Because I swear someone even mentioned specifically like setting their moss farms to pick the stone recipe when they had stone, but how are you supposed to do that? Does this give me new options? If I actually hook it up? No, it still doesn't give me new options. So how are you supposed to set the recipe? I'm super confused. See, that doesn't even count. All right, I'm at a loss. I mean, even if I don't use the search button and scroll through all the possible things, none of these look like lead plates in the casting unit. So I feel like I'm missing something. Or can you just not do this? But then who was talking about, I think it was roarin maybe, was talking about doing the moss farms based on stone availability. But how do you do that as well? Like, how would you pick one versus the other one of these based on a circuit condition? Now, maybe what they were talking about is just turning buildings on or off, and you had one set of buildings that's set to do normal, one set of buildings that's set to use stone, and you just turn off the regular ones when you have stone available. Like, that I understand how to do. But how would I select these recipes properly based on a signal? That is what I cannot figure out how to do, because there's only one moss signal. And it seems to set it to that one, which is not the one we even want. That's unfortunate. I was thinking we could have better control than that. And it's possible I'm missing something and I'm just like not understanding how this works. But I think we may be screwed. And a lot of things in pyanodon's have multiple recipes to make them, so there's a lot of times when we won't actually be able to do what we're trying to do here. And I will just have to make two separate buildings. Which is really not any different than the old way to do it. The old way to do it would be that you'd have two separate buildings and you just have a priority input. So you'd have the one with hot air have higher priority before you go on the belt, and that way, if you have the hot air, you use it. And so that's not that different to just enable or disable the buildings based on that. I was hoping we could just have one building that picks its recipe based on what we have available. And I'm now not sure that we can do that. Like, I really thought that was something we could control. But now I'm, like, thinking the opposite. I think we can't. And that's a bummer. So I really hope I'm just missing something, and you guys will... I'm sure if I'm missing something, I'll hear plenty of comments about how to do it, and I will appreciate those comments, because I really hope it works. But at least with what I'm seeing right now, we cannot select any pyanodon's recipe via signal, and I thought we could. So anyway, let me know about that in the comments. For now, we're just missing our graphite, and we'll get this finished up. Graphite and silver lead dust. We probably need 2 inserters here. Okay, that'll work once we hook up the lead. I don't have lead ore up here yet, but that'll have to be in the next episode because we're running high on time. But we'll get the lead ore hooked up. Boop, boop. Shouldn't be too bad. And then we'll have molten lead, and then we'll work on mixing the molten lead and such into solder, which will be great. All right, as always, thank you guys for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments, and let me know about that recipe selection thing, and I'll see you in the next episode.